computer. There we go. Hello, everyone. This is Sharon Making of Sharon King Worldwide. Welcome to Sharon Making Book Club. I thank you. Our special guest today is author Keshia L. Williams. Hi, Keshia. How are
Hello,
you?
I'm well, and how are you?
Fine, thank you. And I got my copy of your book. I love it. Ah, I love
Yes.
it. So this is so amazing. I'm so happy that you're part of my book club, a part of everything I do. You're a wonderful person, beautiful, phenomenal woman. And I just want to shout that out. You keep on doing whatever you're doing. It's great. You're amazing. You're phenomenal, and continuous blessings to you. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for having me. And I appreciate everything you have helped me with along the way and through this path. And I'm very gracious. And I'm just happy. This is like everything to me. My seed, I spoke this into existence 4 years ago, and we are here
Wow, that's beautiful. That is so beautiful. God is so good. All the time, God is good.
all the time. Yes, he
All
is.
the time. So let's talk about your book, Loving with Emotions.
You
You
must feel
feel
everything.
everything. This,
You must feel everything.
yes. So let me
So,
ask
okay,
you, go ahead,
yes.
go ahead. What made you
Okay,
write this
so,
book?
okay, so what inspired Loving with Emotions is basically I've been writing poetry since I was about 8 or 9.
Mhm.
And I used to like to sing, I played instruments. I'm very creative, basically artsy. And I promised myself at 18, because once I graduated high school, I did write something. And unfortunately, the computer crashed. So I lost everything because I did not save it. Anyway, so I had wanted to move from New Jersey, where I'm originally from Essex County, Irvington, North area. And I promised myself, like I said, I was going to write me a book, and I wrote me this anthology. I started it in 2016. And with my mom passing away last year, I just needed to channel that energy into something. And this is my something, Loving with Emotions. And I figured when I asked my mother to leave at 29 years old, when she had been going through, her health issues, and she told me she lived her life and I had to live mine, no time like the present to just go for it.
Mhm. Wow. My sincere condolences on your mom. I know she's in heaven looking down on you.
I greatly appreciate that. Thank
You're
you.
very, very welcome. Now, when you read this book, and we're not going to go too much into detail, it's such a great book. I'm so glad you write it because so much is going on right now in the world, the pandemic, mental health, anxiety, panic attacks, so much is going on. Sometimes you just need to get away for a minute. And the book has so much love and so much of everything in it. How long did it took you to write this book?
Well, like I said, I started writing the book in 2016.
Hmm.
I modified the book in 2018. And, it just, with the pandemic going on, I
Hmm.
just did some thinking. And like I said, I actually self-published the ebook 2 days before my mother's anniversary, her 1 year of her passing. So it was just like, get it out there, get it out to the world. We sitting around hoping for something. And with everything going on as far as relationships, like you mentioned, mental health, people having depression, things not being said is basically where my book came from, because I know I'm not the only person going through this. I know I'm not the only person that has been through this. You have a lot of people that may not want to speak their situation out loud because of judgment. And I don't care about judgment, because only God can judge me. You can say what you want to say. I've had a lot of people even say in past relationships, you're better than me. I wouldn't have did that. But you don't know what you will do until you're put in a situation with somebody. Because
Right.
your emotions run deep. If you know love, or you have been loved, or you give love to receive it, and it hasn't happened the way you want to have, you want it to be felt, this is what my book is about. Don't be ashamed of loving somebody too much or going too far, because how you felt at that moment is what you felt. That's your experience. That's your lesson in life, to do better or not do so much next time. Let somebody come to you. Let somebody feel you for who you are.
Right.
Because overextending yourself sometimes doesn't give you the benefit. But when you know you did it unconditionally, that's when you know everything worked out in your favor.
Exactly. That is so true. You know, we have to do stuff from the heart. We have to do stuff from the heart because what we put out is what we get back in return. And a lot
Most
of people
definitely.
don't understand this. Whatever you give to the universe is what the universe is giving back to you. And a lot of it, people say, is karma. But if you want good,
Mm,
plant good seed. So you could get
definitely.
good seeds. This is amazing. I know I've seen some of your reviews on Amazon, and everyone is loving your book. I see the 5 stars, and this is it's amazing. It's a blessing when you write a book that are touching people's heart. You know, it's reaching the people. Your message is getting across. They're giving you reviews. They're giving you 5 stars. How do you feel about that?
I feel awesome about it. And I say I feel awesome about it because I remember when I first put it out and I didn't know how to feel. I said, I hope somebody likes it, but I'm like, it's a relatable book. We all been through something in life. So when you turn the page and the book is flowable, but you got to really take it all in. That's why my subtitle is You Must Feel Everything, because I felt it. I know it.
Mhm.
And it is nothing like, either the rejection or the lies or the manipulation that you get from another individual. And this could be family, this can be friends, this could be your lover. It doesn't have to just come from the intimate level with another person. It could be just blood, it could be water, anything. It's
Mhm.
just the concept of you giving your all to somebody and they just take it from you. And then sometimes it could be good. It's not always bad. There are good times within any means, but those are the ones you got to cherish, the memories. And that's what you got to do. You got to hold on to your memories. That doesn't mean badger yourself, harp on it, not let it go, because that's the one thing about being human. Because we take so much in, we forget to put it back out.
Mhm.
Because you can hinder yourself holding on to too many emotions. And then us as a whole, I'm not going to say just Black people, because you never know. It's not just Black or white or, any other ethnicity or culture. We all have things that we feel like we can't talk about to other people because, like I said before, judgment. Somebody's trying to bring you down about something that you chose to do, but that was your choice. That was your decision, because nobody can tell you what to do in life. It's your journey. It's your path. But at some point in time, you have to realize when you're playing the fool.
And you know what? A lot of people, including myself when I was younger, I'm not saying I'm old, but my younger self, I used to listen to a lot of people and took a lot of advice that wasn't good for me. It was advice that was good for someone else. Until somebody walk in your path or the same things happen to them, they can't relate. Sympathy and empathy is two different things. And so it's a lot going on in people's life. And so therefore, sometimes I would ask a question to someone, but I would also wait to see their respond. And you know what? The best thing I could do is pray about it. Because at the end, everything always fall into place. If you really pay attention, everything always fall into the place at the right time. Not your time, but at the right time, you know?
Definitely. Yes. And that's agreed, because it's a lot of things that I wanted to happen. I didn't, they call it manifest destiny. And I learned that a long time ago growing up.
Yeah.
And I've hung out or been around a lot of older people. So that's why I get the wiseness within myself. And I say that because I don't really hang out with too many people my age. I don't hang out. I have a variety. Let's say that I'm very eclectic, just like with music and things like that. I like different things as art, as far as art goes. So I love abstract art because it's all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And you can have a a a, a good mood over here. You can have a dark mood over there. And that's like with my book in Reason. My book is abstract because it's an open book. It tells you a little bit about me. It tells you a little bit about some of my life. If you know me, then you'll know some things I've been through. And if you don't know me, you're getting to know me through my book, but you're getting to know the person in a sense of storytelling. or actual events that I have experienced that you may have experienced. And if you haven't experienced, you might have talked to somebody that has experienced these things. But that don't mean get down on that person. You know, be a uplifter. That's why they say aspire to inspire.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we can do more by getting together and having these conversations instead of beating somebody down, making them feel bad about what they're channeling and going through. Because when they say mental health is real, I've dealt with mental health for a long time in my family, you
Right.
know, and not having the ability to either be loved genuinely or get the love that you deserve. And you have to nurture yourself to move forward in life and just keep fighting, because you got to fight that good fight. We've been fighting day one to stay here. I know I have.
Mhm.
It wasn't easy for me coming into this world. I almost died coming into the world. I speak of some of these things in the book just as well. And I say I am blessed and deserving of the opportunity to self-publish a book, to put my feelings out there, to put my experiences out there, so we can start talking about these things and put it on the forefront that life happens.
Mhm.
But you have to let life happen to you so you can experience these things, so you know how to elevate and move forward.
Right.
Not really so much to let it hinder you, because a lot of people may take their experience, and I'm guilty of this too, holding it like a badge, you know, resting it right here on my shoulder. I'm angry all the time, or my experiences, I just let that somewhat depict me, who I, you know, thinking that that was it for me. That was just my last stop. All the things that had happened to me. But like I had said, I had made a post one day speaking about 80% of the time you worried about things that have nothing to you. When the last 20%, you need to flip it and
Mhm.
stop worrying about things you can't control. Worry about what you can control is the point I'm trying to make right now.
Yes. And you know what? You're absolutely right. A lot of people try to control things, but in actuality, you're only in control of yourself. When you master that you're only in control of yourself, things are going to fall into place, things are going to align. And a lot of things that happen in life, it has to happen so you can get to the next level. Or it happens because we have not learned from our first mistakes. So life keep on giving us a pattern until we learn, hey, okay, this is happening so often. What is it that I'm doing wrong? You know, sometimes you have to look at life and say, you know what? It's my fault. Maybe I'm the toxic person because I'm going through this over and over and over again, and you have to make changes in life. But until you accept who you are and what you have and what is it that you need to change about you, life will keep on repeating itself.
Most definitely. And that was a life lesson that my mother taught me a long time ago. And to be honest, you don't get it until you need to get it. Somebody can tell you, somebody can drill it in you, somebody can keep, you know, well, like, it wasn't me, you know, but until you get it, until you receive what you need to receive out of these lessons, because we all are prone to mistakes. We're human. We're going to make mistakes every day. But
Right.
you have to realize you got somewhere you need to be. And only you gonna get you there. It don't matter how big your circle is. It don't matter how much family you got, until you, I really don't want to use this terminology because we had somebody pass away from this, but until you put your own foot on your own neck to say, I need the pressure to put me in the position to win, you still gonna stay mediocre.
Yeah.
You got to take that chance on you. Nobody else is going to take a chance on you. You got to believe in yourself.
Right.
And I also, you know, talk about dreaming bigger. Some people got dreams and they're like, you know what? Well, I can't afford to do it. So I'm going to wait, and I'm going to wait. It ain't going to walk through the door. You got to put that work in, beat that pavement,
Mhm.
because nobody's going to give you anything.
Right.
I
You
seen a chance and I took it.
You're doing great. You're doing amazing. And I
Well,
cannot,
thank you.
but you're welcome. And I cannot wait for 2021. We don't know what 2021 holds, but God's willing, it's going to be just as amazing or even more. as 2020, because sometimes, although so many things are going on right now, you have to use it in a positive way if you can. You know, I know you mentioned no one is going to give you anything, and you're absolutely right. You have to work for it. You have to work. I think a lot of mistakes, and I'm only speaking for myself, from what I have seen, people have made when it comes to business is pulling in friends, pulling in family, pulling in neighbors, and then it goes haywire. Because sometimes what happens is your purpose in life is only for you, and you have to fill that purpose that God gave you. So you pulling everybody in. Not everybody's business savvy. Not everybody's people person. Not everybody could sit at a table and have a meeting. Not everybody has a business plan. Not everybody want to grow. Some people are afraid of growth. They feel comfortable being small and don't want to move. Now you have all these people in your team and you want to win. But here we have all this baggage here that is not on your sign or is not in alignment with what you have going on. And so you start failing because a lot of times people don't realize, yes, I know you, but I don't know you well enough for us to do business. And so you fail. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And you know, my thing is leg work, doing a lot of leg work. What works for me?
Definitely.
What
Yes.
works for me before I start spending money? Is this going to work for me? Can we work together? You know, have you done anything in business before? Just a lot of leg work, a lot of questioning, because you're wasting time, you're wasting money, and you cannot get that back. And sometimes it ends in being unfriend, enemies, all kind of things. So these are things when you're moving to the next level that you have to examine your circle, because not everybody could go with you where God is taking you. Some people has to stay back until it's their turn.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Because I mean, I had to learn that too. Because I remember, okay, I've been in Atlanta for 6 years now, and I remember a friend of mine. He was going to come with me, and we was going, to, take that ride together and make it happen. Because I rode, I did not fly. Um, and I just felt like it wasn't going to work out, and it wasn't something he did. It wasn't something that I did. But I just felt like, for me, this is my journey that I had to take on my own. You know what I'm saying? And I remember, and I quote this, and I really love this artist, and I knew who this artist was before he just blew up. And I'm going to refer to Nipsey Hussle at this moment. Rest in peace. And God bless his family. But when he says circle got smaller, everybody can't go, that was just a re-reference to me doing what I needed to do for me. And you always got to put you first. Even as a parent, you still got to put you first. Even in a marriage, you still have to put you first, because yet again, you are human, number one. Number two, you are a person. And number three, you have what my book is called, emotions. You're not going to be 110 every day. You could put that effort into something that you want to do, your business, being an author, being an artist, being a singer, being a rapper, whatever your criteria is for you, you put that energy into it. You're going to have your high and low days. Because I know I got mine. I have mine. And I'm like, and I do 2 jobs on top of this. And this is my 3rd job. But this is really not a job, because I was told since I moved here, and even before I left Jersey, that if you do something you love every day, it won't feel like work. And I promise you, this does not feel like work to me. It doesn't feel like work because this is my baby. This is something I created. This is something that's factual. This is something that we go through every day. This stuff that we don't talk about, that we need to talk about. This is something that I can say I watch go on maybe in my family,
Right.
other people's family, my friends, knowing that we know we should get out, but because of this right here, we're still there. Because we feel like, you know what, if we leave with our heart, it's going to get us to the right path. If I stay with this person, possibly I'm going to get this ring. Or if I stay with this person, we got kids together. I've been told by somebody close to me, oh, ain't nobody going to want me because I got kids. Why would they not want you? What's wrong with you that you're not human just like somebody else? And it's not making mistakes. It's just going through life process. This wasn't no manual. We didn't come out with no manual to know how to live our lives. We might have been taught wrong, or we've been misinterpreted of things that may have happened in our lives that came too soon, but you made the best of it. You didn't die. You might have had a baby young. Okay. And you put one foot in front of the other. I know I came from a household, I was told, if you bring babies in my house, you gotta go. But they really wasn't gonna put you out, but it was just to instill that fear in you, don't grow up before your time. But if you had to, that's because you needed to learn something to grow you, to be responsible, to take accountability, because now you have a little person looking at you. You have to want more for yourself, but you can't want more for somebody else. And I had to learn that the hard way in my book about being there for individuals, holding their hand, trying to drag them with you. Oh, I gotta keep going back here to come get you. No, at some point you gotta know your worth. And maybe I didn't know my worth to the full capacity at one point in time. But I knew I was raised to love. I was raised, if you can't help them, if you can feed them, feed them. If you can't feed them, you got the money, but just don't overextend yourself. But if you have the money, give them the money. But don't lend out something that you gonna need right back.
Right.
So with that being said, with some of the things I'm telling you that I was instilled in my home, I use the morals still to this day, because I know I've overextended myself. Most of them have done that. Overextended yourself. You want to see somebody be on your level, but they're not there yet. And you want them there because you care. That heart is a big thing. And no emotions get to you because you like, yo, I love you. Like, I want you to do better. I want you to, I want you to grow with me. I want you to understand that this is a unit. I want you to be my unit, but you can't force something that's not there. That's any relationship. You cannot force a relationship that's not there. Now I've been there where I stayed too long in a situation, and I beat myself up about it. I was hurt. I felt betrayed. I was disappointed, but I had to come to grips with being disappointed in myself, because I seen it. I seen the signs, but I stayed too long because I wanted them to be a better version of themselves, because I was looking at the potential of what they could be, instead of realizing this where they at. They okay where they are. They want to be right where they're at. And then now, because you want to be where you are and I want to be with you, I'm still trying to elevate, but something holding me back. Something just keep pulling me back from where I need to go. And that's when you have to walk away. Because you don't know where the angle is coming from. And sometimes you have to take a step back to really understand you. You have to become a whole person on your own, instead of, well, I got this friend over here and I want to take her with me because her situation is kind of a little messed up right now. But I know if I can get inside her head, we're going to make this work. Or the ex-boyfriend that might have been coddled, or he spoil you and he expects for you to continue to spoil him. Now you have joined in with everybody and I'm spoiling him and I'm buying gifts and I'm treating him the way I treat myself, because I'm like, when I go outside, I look good. I don't care what nobody else think about me. They may not like what I got on, how I'm wearing it, but this is me. And I like how I look. So I want you to be a reflection of me. But if a person's not ready for that, you have to be able to accept the fact that they are not on the path that you're trying to be on. And sometimes you gotta let go.
Let go. See, that's a lot that you have said, and you are correct. A lot of times people are not strong enough to let go. Low self-esteem, raised in a family by a single mom, dad was never around. So they never had their dads to say, I love you. They got it from a man outside. It's a lot going on. And some of the men out there, they know how to play on a female's emotion.
Manipulation.
Some of them know how to, get money from them. Some of them know how to talk that talk so they could get back to you. And if you don't love yourself, see, a lot of things everything just about start from home. He
Definitely.
was never loved from home. You expect the streets to love you. Whatever that may mean or however it comes, you accept it as love because nobody taught you from home how to self-love yourself, or nobody showed you love. So now you're out there and you're just accepting everything because you think it's love until you know better. Sometimes it's too
Mm,
late. You done ruin your life. You done had a bunch of kids you didn't plan on having because you wanted the fairy tale life, which there's nothing wrong
mm,
with that. But everything start from home. Everything start with self-love. And a lot of people, especially women, a lot of women have not received that. And low self-esteem is so dangerous. Low self-esteem and not loving yourself is extremely dangerous. And it happens. It happens every second, every minute, on a daily basis. It happens. I know you talk about a lot about love in this book, and I love your book. I highly recommend that you purchase this book. This book is awesome. I know that you talk about love a lot in your book. How would you describe love for yourself? How would you describe that?
okay, so back when I was in my 20s, because I'm 35 now, it was more of just the do aspect for me. Like I knew for me, all right, I know I'm gonna pay my bills. You know what I'm saying? I know I want to get my hair done because I've been working 2 jobs since high school. So I knew doing for myself was pretty much then my act of love for me.
Right.
But the act of love for others was being there, need being the shoulder to cry on. You need some money? Okay, let me, I'm gonna figure it out. Even if I didn't have it, I'm gonna figure out a way to get this for you because you need it, like because I love you. And this is the way I'm showing people I love you. I'm being there, I'm going the extra mile. But then I had to take a step back and realize my birthday came. Ain't nobody go all out for me, but I didn't do it for that reason. But I'm just like, it was just like maybe I need to slow down. I had to really realize I'm like, I'm the type of person like you tell me it's your birthday, we about to figure out what we doing. We want to pop a bottle, we going to the club, we need an outfit. I've even had a friend may not have had it at the moment, but because I wanted you to share in something with me, or it's your big day, let's go shopping real quick. Let's go get you something to wear. Nah, I don't really want to do all of that. But I mean, it's one of those things where I treat people like I treat myself yet again. So me doing all these things for myself as far as working hard, growing big, you know, taking, I guess staking myself, learned me along the way, and being and having to grow up before my time made me who I am now. So that's when you asked me the question about how did I love myself, then it was just basically beating the pavement, staying busy so I didn't get caught up in the world outside my window.
Right. Wow. How do you feel now? How do you feel now? Because you're a beautiful human being. I love you
Thank
like
you. I
you're
love
my
you too.
sister. You're phenomenal. You're amazing. You're inspiring. You're motivating. And it's going to be, 2021 is going to be such an amazing year. Such an amazing year.
Well, we have to measure the life by the breaths we take, the blood running through our veins, and be thankful for what we have because we could have nothing. Through this pandemic, I can honestly say I am blessed again because I put out a book July 22nd, ebook first, and then July 26th, I released the paperback book and thoughts of my mother and
Mhm.
to make her proud because the physical, nobody can tell you how you're going to manage that. And I don't want to get emotional now because I don't want to talk too much. I love my mother. I miss my mother. My mother, my mother always taught me that when you lose a loved one, they're in a better place. And I know some people don't want to hear that, but you have to have something to hold on to. Just like when we was kids, our parents told us it was Santa Claus. Okay, you thought it was Santa Claus until until you found a wrapping paper in the house, and then you started doing your own investigating, or let somebody at school spoiled it for you. But you have to believe in something. And I know how I was raised, and I was raised in church. You know, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I'm all holy out there, but I believe in a higher power. And I will not push religion on anybody. But I believe in God. And in my life, He's the head of my house. And God will take you through some things for you, like you said, to keep getting it until you get it right. For you to live on the higher power terms. Let's just say that. Live on terms that you're supposed to be on, not the terms that you deem, because we can want things so fast in life that we're not ready for them yet.
Right.
I say 10 years ago, I was partying, I was working, I was like doing whatever I wanted to do at that point. And I'm like, I don't think I could have appreciated this book then like I appreciate it now.
Okay. Growth. You've grown, you overcame, you went through a lot, and you have learned from what you have went through.
Definitely. I know I learned what I didn't want. Right. And that's what your experiences are going to teach you, what you don't want to deal with. Now, everything's not going to always be pretty, you know, but love thy neighbor is really love thy neighbor. That's just like when you love you're in a relationship and you love your counterpart on days that you want to strangle them. You might have days you might not even like them. I might got days I don't even like myself, you know, because it's just things going on and I'm so overwhelmed with life. And you have to put things into a perspective sometimes, because that's the realest as it can be. That's as real as it's going to get for you.
Right.
That you got to take things in doses. Some people you got to take in doses. You may never understand that somebody could be good for you that you keep putting on the back burner, but they're not going to always be there to pick up the pieces for you later on.
Right. And that comes to being too available for the wrong people. Too available for the wrong people.
Definitely.
You made a choice. You made a decision. The universe gave you what you wanted, everything you wanted, but you already had what you needed, but you choose what you wanted. And so therefore you're living into
you sound like you quoting Sanctuary. That's what it sounds like, you quoting on page 53, but I'm gonna let you finish.
It's just, we just have to be careful and mindful of what it is that we want and make sure it's something that we need and it's good for your mental health. You could want whatever, but not everything is good for your mental health at all.
Yeah, definitely. Mama always said, just whatever glitters ain't gold. So with that being said, just because it look good don't mean it's good for you. And what happened? What is December? So in October, I got hit. Had bought my first brand new car 2 years ago. And at that moment, that impact, I hadn't been in a car accident since 2012. So that impact put me in a whole nother place. It put my mind all over the place. Like I was just trying to figure out, was I okay? And the first thing I said was the car. I knew I was alive. I was breathing, so clearly I was okay. But it was just like, it wasn't about materialistic things. It was just that, you know how you work so hard. And that's why it's like they say life is measured by the breath you take. Because what's given can be taken away. And that's just like life. Things are short-term, short-lived. Nothing is forever. And like they say, everything is temporary. But while you're here, you have to make the most of your life. You make the most of the moments. You make the most of family. And if you know who your friends are, if it's a small circle, keep them close.
Keep them close. Absolutely. It's like, keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer.
Closer. Yes.
And, we're going through so much in life. You just don't know who's struggling, who's hurting, who, at night when the lights are off, reality sets in for a lot of people. You look at people posts, I go on Facebook every day or different social media. People are posting, my loved one died, my father died, my brother died, my sister so died. So much is going on in life. Life is not about material things. Life is fragile. You're here today,
Very.
you're gone tomorrow. Appreciate the people you have and love them and let people know you love them. You know, I always post flowers on my social media because I love flowers. And I
You
believe
and me both. I love them.
I love flowers, and therefore I think it's so important to give people flowers while they're alive. I think more people get flowers
When
deceased
they die. Yeah.
more than when they're alive, and more people say I love you when you're at somebody's grave than when they were alive. More people make phone calls in preparation for a funeral than when the person was alive. And like that is so backwards because we, you know, certain people have their agenda, their life so mixed up. You never know when it's your turn. You never know when you're gonna go. You know, my thing is make amends with people. If you're sorry, if it's your fault, hey, I'm sorry. They don't have to respond back. They don't have to talk to you. You got rid of all of that. That is no longer
True.
your plate. You sometimes you just got to be the bigger person in life.
That is true. But what I will say about that, pardon me,
Uh-huh.
excuse me. What I'm gonna say about that is let's never misunderstand. Toxic is still toxic.
Yes.
And when I say toxic is toxic, because like we said in the beginning, you could be the toxic person.
Right.
But we're gonna move forward from that. Now, when I say toxic is toxic, you can still love a person from a distance.
Mm-hmm.
You can forgive them, but remember, when you forgive for you too. Don't
Right.
forget you just forgiving them so they could do it to you again, and it's habitual at this point.
Yeah.
They haven't learned their lesson. It has nothing to do with you. That just means that you gotta love them from afar.
Right.
That's just point blank period. It doesn't mean just because I don't talk to you every day, I don't see you, I don't love you.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't tolerate the lack of respect, because there's a lack of respect there,
Mm-hmm.
or somebody feels they're superior to who you are.
Right.
And it's like, to a certain degree, even if it's your parent, and I'm going to speak of that because I've been in a position where my parent has got down on me but didn't understand the reason of why we're not speaking.
Right.
And for me, I'm just in a place where I love you, but I have to love you from afar, because just like if you wanted me to know the wrong I'm doing, you have to see the flaws within yourself. I accept my flaws.
Mm-hmm.
Even on the back of my book, I wrote something about being selfless.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I had to also learn, don't climb mountains for people that won't cross a puddle for you.
Right. That is so true. We go out of our way so much to help people, and they're so you know, custom for us doing it that there's no more appreciation. Some people appreciate it, but in
So
these times, I think the pandemic, and I'm speaking for myself, had taught me a lot. And it's all about family. All the things that we thought was so important are really not important as we make them to be. It's about family, because we're stuck at home with our family, our loved one, the people we really want to be with. You know. So what have the pandemic taught you, Keshia?
the pandemic has taught me good and bad things. Okay, so I lost my mother, and within losing my mother last year, to reiterate that about, tomorrow is not promised. You can reach out, but if a person doesn't reach back, that's not on you.
Right.
You gave everything that you can give when you're fully present in the mind. So if a person is choosing not to pick up the phone, not to return your text messages, but it's at a convenience,
Mm-hmm.
you conveniently walk the other way. Like I said, you got to know when you need to walk away. So that's one of the things I've learned. I also learned not to limit yourself, and also when I reiterate this, when I said about dreaming bigger, we all have dreams.
Right.
You set you some goals in life and crush them. Don't so much worry. I mean, we all get lonely now. Don't quote me, but we all get lonely. But become that whole person that I was talking about before first, before you keep trying to jump from relationship to relationship to relationship, because you still got to heal from that first initial relationship that you didn't know you needed to heal from, because you may look at your next counterpart the same way, or maybe you didn't learn from that first situation with that first person, so you keep making that same mistake throughout the duration of these people that you've dealt with, and you still keep trying to figure out, is it me? Is there something wrong with me? Why are these relationships not working out? And it's not working out possibly because you didn't heal from anything you've been through prior.
Right.
So that I say with anything that I've had a lot of death growing up. And we were more closer, me and my brother and my sisters were closer to my mom's family. We only had one living relative as far as like from the immediate, our uncle.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody else is gone. He's the baby. So most of us has lost our parents. Mm-hmm. But we didn't become a part of our environment. I had one of my cousins, and he's a military man, love him to pieces. I ain't gonna say love him to death. I love him to pieces, because when I told him what I wanted to do, or I had already did it, he was the first person that went out and bought my book. No problem. Because he wanted to hear what I had to say. Because when I dropped my book, I didn't told nobody about it. Nobody knew anything about it. I've been telling people for a while, I want to write a book. I want to write a book. Oh yeah, go ahead, girl, write your book. Whatever. We support you. But it's not many that have supported me. And I've also had another acquaintance tell me, remember, the people closest to you are not going to be the ones that support you. It's going to be complete strangers. And I've had complete strangers tell me, or I've crossed paths with people, I'm proud of you, that don't even know me, because you had the guts to put out a book about yourself, or just experiences that nobody may know that you've been through, or things that's just relatable. Like people just like, yo, your book is so relatable. I have co-workers that have become friends that are in their 50s or early 50s or in their late 40s telling me, girl, your book was a page turner. It's a flowable. I love it. You inspire me. I'm 35 years old, and a person that's 15 years older than me can tell me that I inspire them, then I got to be on the right track.
Right. Absolutely. And let me ask you, please tell the audience on social media where they can find you.
Okay, so you can find me on Facebook, of course, by Keshia Williams. You can find me on Instagram at author _Keshia _L _Williams. That would be my business page. My personal page is my Sawatum that I don't really use is Fame, which is F.A.M.E 519. And we're not gonna get too explicit with what that means because it's a meaning behind it. But if you were to email me, I'll tell you. But it has something to do with myself. Also, my Twitter is Miss Will 7, and my business email is Miss KL Will 7 at gmail.com.
Okay.
Also, you can reach me on, I'm sorry, I apologize, Sharon. I forgot about my website. My website is KL Williams Essentials, or Keshia L. Williams Essentials. I'm sorry, Keshia L. Williams Essential at GoDaddySites.com. So if you want to reach me, and you can also go through my Instagram. It's an open Instagram page, it's public, where you could click on the link in the bio if you would like to reach me just as well.
Got it. That is so awesome. At this time, I'm going to open up for any questions you have for author Keshia Williams. I know Miss Paris put in the chat, my two favorite poems are Self-Awareness and Time.
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 Okay, so we're gonna talk about time.
Mm-hmm.
I believe time. I can't. I'm not gonna say it like I can reiterate it verbatim. I mean, I had a book in front of me, but
I love the book.
I stopped wasting time. And when I say I stopped wasting time, because I felt like I was running out of time.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned that because I remember I had mentioned in a book that I almost died 4 times in my life, and it was basically being birthed, appendix almost burst in. It's an unnecessary part of your body that can kill you.
Right.
Also, being held at gunpoint at 17, and when I graduated high school, my hemoglobin dropped down to a 4. And I was walking around almost dead. By the time I got to the hospital, because I was just so fatigued, I wasn't really eating. I just wanted to sleep all the time. They told me I could have just dropped dead in the street.
Oh, wow.
Could have just dropped dead in the street. And I was just like, I was amazed because I'm like, I'm out here working. I'm still grinding. I'm thinking nothing of it, just trying to make sure I'm surviving and, taking care of my business. And I'm like, well, God saved me. So that's where time comes from. And self-awareness. I might got to skim self-awareness real quick. Because it's very okay, so self-awareness is if you keep providing the fantasy, you'll never get the reality you deserve. Be your own kind of wonderful, and you'll be treated with class. So self-awareness is basically how the world is now,
Mm-hmm.
where it's just sex all over the place, or not being happy with yourself. Because you see women and they have voluptuous bodies, and you may not feel you are accommodated in the same way, but that's their choice.
Mm-hmm.
Don't compare yourself to somebody else, because you're made uniquely in your own form.
Right.
Somebody might be busty, somebody may be nicely curved at the bottom, but it doesn't come from surface. And let's remember, surface is not everything. It's about what you hold dear. It's about your morals. And treated with class. A woman should always be treated like class. You don't want a man coming to you calling you the B word, you the H word, disrespecting you. Because once you open that door to be disrespected, it's going to keep coming. That man is not going to look at you any different. And then it's like you have to teach people how to treat you, because how you come across, when they say perception is everything, you get what you pay for.
Right. Absolutely. This is so wonderful. And I'm so glad that you are on Sharon King Worldwide Book Club. I will say it again, and I'll say it 100 times. You must get a copy of her book, Loving with Emotions. You must feel everything, author Keshia L. Williams.
This book is on Amazon, by the way. And if you, like I said before, if you like to get a personal copy from me, you can email me or find me on Instagram or Facebook and Twitter. Let me know if you want a signed copy, and we'll get that to you.
Yes, she will autograph your book. And as she mentioned, you can find her on all social media websites, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. She also has a personal website. And you know what, Keshia, I wish you all the best this life has to offer. All the best, because you deserve that. And
I
I know
appreciate that.
you're welcome. And I know 2021 is going to be a double awesome year for you.
I appreciate that.
I could just feel it.
And we're gonna speak life into the new year. Okay, Queen? We're gonna do this and we're gonna make this work.
Yes.
And we're gonna have fun doing it. And
Yes.
what I also want to add, keep it optimistic. Don't be cynical. Try not to be cynical. There may be some skepticism that you may have, but block it.
Right.
Listen to some affirmations. I don't know how you feel about yoga. I started doing a little bit of yoga. It works. Meditate, just channel your energy and open your mind and do your best. If a relationship, it doesn't matter what kind of relationship, if the relationships that you have are not leading you in the direction you need to go in, figure out another path.
Right.
Sometimes you got to walk alone.
You know, my personal ritual every morning, get up every morning, I pray, I drink my water, I do my exercise for 30 minutes, I sage my house, I get my day, I set my day how I expect my day to be.
You order your steps. You
Yeah,
ask God to order your steps.
exactly. And I know for a fact that everything is working in my favor, in my purpose. I have absolutely no doubt about that. I am always having a great day, no matter what, and everything is always working out in my favor for my highest good. And
Definitely.
to say that, I also try my best to only associate with people on the same wavelength and energy, because
Definitely.
negative energy keep you down. You stay on the floor. I don't want to be on nobody's floor. I don't even want to be on my floor.
No.
All the way up. I need to be all the way up. I don't want to, I don't ever, I try not to entertain that, because that's not good for me where I'm going. Where I'm going to lead, there's no negativity there.
There's greatness, and
There's
you can
great,
only go up from there. You
yes,
only that's why I elevate. It's elevation,
yes,
and if you can't elevate, you're going to descend.
right. Exactly. And I just want to make a comment right quick, just a statement. I know in life, a lot of things have happened to us. The wound is not my fault, but the healing is my responsibility. Sometimes in life, we need therapy, we need counseling, we need medication. Get what it is that you need to heal. And I'm just saying this in general, because I've been to
Definitely.
counseling, I've been to therapy, you know, and I did it. And I feel good. I'm in a good place. I'm
You
happy.
and me both, and
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with you with that. As far as us, being able to say we've been through the process.
Yes.
You have to trust the process, and in life you have to trust your own process, because your journey is your journey. You want to say you lived a good life. You don't want to say you were just existing. You want to live, enjoy, prosper, health,
Right.
wealth, and have abundance in everything that you do. Everything in your life needs to go up from here.
Right. Exactly. And that's what it is doing, because everything is working in my favor for my highest good. Everything is working in Keisha's favor for her highest good. Keisha, let
Definitely.
me ask you a question. First time authors, what advice would you give them? New authors that just starting to write books, just starting out, thinking about writing a book. What advice would you give them?
I would just say go for it. It's always it's okay. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm elated about this question. It's one of those things where it's a just do kind of thing, but you have to set the standard for yourself. Don't set your standards too high, but don't sell yourself short either. Make sure when you go into that, you either plan to fail or you fail to plan. Make sure you make a plan, and you can have A, B, C, but make sure you don't forget about D, E, and F.
Correct.
Because when you go into something without high expectations, trust me, it works out a whole lot better for you. Because I feel since July, I've had a 4.8 in the first month, and I'm at a 4.9 star. And can't nobody take that away from me, no matter what happens.
Right.
And I did that, and I did it by myself. I did it with your help. But as far as putting my book out and you wanting to be a part of me and I'm being a part of your world and we're doing this together, things are just going to flourish from here. And I'm thankful and I'm grateful for you having me on today. And I appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate you more. I feel the love. And Keisha, I cannot say this enough. I wish you continuous success. You motivated me, you inspire me, and I'm sure that you have inspired people around the world. And
I
keep
hope
on doing,
so.
yes, you have. And keep on doing that. And I'm waiting for your second book, because I know a second book is coming, right?
It's coming. Soon come. We're gonna see it. We're gonna see it next rendition more than likely, but we're gonna get there.
Okay, thank you. So this is Sharon King. I am Sharon May King. This is Sharon King Worldwide Book Club. And I just want to leave this with you. I am thankful for today, Keshia, and I am thankful for you. I thank you. I appreciate you. I wish you continuous blessing and success. And if any way I could continue helping you, I am here for you if you need me.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful day. You enjoy your evening, because I know it's still about 4 o'clock over there in California. It's Eastern time over here. It's dark over here now, but I thank you for having me today. I appreciate anybody that has tuned in. I appreciate the support. Please go out and buy this relatable book. It'll take you to places that you haven't even known. It's a roller coaster of emotions, and you must feel everything.
Thank you so much. I want you each to have a blessed day. Please stay safe and do what's best for you, your family, your mental health. I love you. Until we talk again, have a great day, everyone. Thank you.